Plaintiff Jasmin Hinton says the defendant is her twin sister, and she's so jealous of Jasmin that they often got into fistfights, which led to bloodshed and the police being called. Jasmin's suing her twin because she threw a bottle at Jasmin's car and smashed her windshield. Defendant Jasmin Hinton says she and Jasmin were always close until she started dating her boyfriend, and Jasmin felt left out because they spent less time together. Jasmin does not believe she caused all the damages she's being sued for.
All right, tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, this is my twin sister. As we were growing up, I was always like the goody two-shoes. I was the honor roll student, the cheerleader, versus her being the troublemaker. As time went on, things got a little bit worse.
What was she doing wrong?
Lashing out at me, fighting me. I guess she thinks I'm the enemy. I think sort of she's like kind of jealous of me.
So she was only a troublemaker with you?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Okay.
How did she do in school? Was she as successful in school as you?
She wasn't on the honor roll, but yeah, she had good grades.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Things got worse. We used to have not fights. They were like brawls, just straight fist fights. Police was involved. There was bloodshed.
Because you called them.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was bad. I called them because I couldn't restrain you. You're right.
But she
what was that about? Hold on, ma'am. What was that about in particular?
One time because she asked me to buy her son an outfit for the 4th of July, and I told her no.
I remember that.
And all of a sudden, she just snapped and went crazy.
Okay. Do you remember the incident?
Not at all. Because anytime that we had a fight.
Ma'am, hold on. Didn't you just say you called the police? Isn't that what you just said a moment ago?
All the time. All the time. It's
okay,
more
give
than
me
just
one of the times that she called the police on you.
I was standing on the bed. No, I was standing down and she was standing on the bed, and my mother was between us. And somehow she threw a kick, and I grabbed her leg and pulled off the bed, and we just started fighting from there. And then after, my mom would separate us, and she'll run somewhere, grab her phone, call the police, and lock herself in the bathroom. She used to pull knives out on me. So.
Oh my God, that is so not true.
And that particular time, mind you, I was just getting out the shower, and we were fighting, and I was naked.
Okay, so I remember that time.
All right. You want to give me some background before we get to what she's suing you for?
Yeah, we were real close. I do admit that. But it just seemed like since we was always freaking frat right on rice, like I was her shadow, she was my shadow. So I guess that when I had my boyfriend, when we started when it was just me and him, we left her out. So I guess she started feeling like that she was alone. And then we wasn't really close with our other siblings because it was just always us, me and her. And so she'll just do stuff for attention. Like she'll be like, well, why do you have to go over there? And I'm like, because that's my boyfriend, but I wouldn't say it like that in your words. He wasn't.
He was good in her opinion.
Right, because I was dating him. Well, people are blinded by love, so I think that's what that was. I was young.
What about you? You got somebody?
No. Actually, I do.
Go ahead.
So we were close. We used to dress alike even sometimes when we are on good terms.
How did it turn violent, your relationship?
My mother said we was always violent, maybe because we looked too much alike.
Even before you got your boyfriend?
Before, when we was younger. She said we used to look at each other and just start fighting.
Okay, so it didn't have to do with your boyfriend. You all did it all alone.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was just in the genes, I guess.
Okay, no. I thought you were telling me the reason you all became violent and began fighting is because you got a boyfriend and she was being left alone and you assumed that bothered her.
That was a sign of attention, I think.
Okay, but that didn't have anything to do with why you all were fighting?
It wasn't because of him, but it was because our relationship was going downhill.
Why was it going down?
Because I wasn't spending any time with her.
Why weren't you spending any time?
Because I was with him.
Him, right. Now we're done with that. Because of him.
Violent. Maybe because we look too much alike.
Even before you got your boyfriend?
It wasn't because of him, but it was because our relationship was going downhill.
Why was it going down?
Because I wasn't spending any time with her.
Why weren't you spending any time?
Because I was with him.
Him, right. Now we're done with that. Because of him.
Plaintiff Jasmin Hinton is suing her twin sister because she claims she threw a bottle at her car and smashed the windshield.
Now, let's hear about the car damages you're suing her for.
Okay. August 14, 2010, I received a phone call stating that she was looking for me. I pull up over there. I could see she was enraged with anger, and she's just storming over to my car, and I didn't get out. It was a street full of people. I didn't get out. I cracked the window and I'm like, you called me? She was like, oh yeah, because I heard that you was messing with my man. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, you heard, but are you asking me or are you telling me? She was going on and on, cursing, hollering, screaming. My phone rang. I answered my phone, and as I'm talking on the phone, she reached in my window and grabbed me by my hair. I had a can of mace that was in my car. I grabbed the mace and proceeded out the car, and she went running down the street, and I told her, you better leave me alone. I threatened to mace her. After that, I got back in my car. I proceeded to pull off. A glass bottle hit my passenger side back window. It didn't bust the window, so I jumped out. I had my nephew's baseball bat in the car because we used to take him softball.
Well, she's
so I had to,
She got a bunch of weapons. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I had the baseball bat, and I jumped out, and I asked her, how would you like it if I hit your car with something?
And she started banging on my window. She didn't tell you that.
Finish.
I did not bang on her window.
Yes, you did.
Go ahead.
So as I got back in my car, she's running to her car. I stopped. It was a stop sign at the end of the street. I stopped at the stop sign. 2 seconds later, I'm being pushed through the stop sign. She's ramming the back of my car with her car.
Oh my God.
I proceeded to pull over slowly. I grabbed my phone to call the police. I got out of my car,
The police,
and I walked. I'm walking back down the street, and she reverses and jumps the curb in her car to try to run me over. I ran on the porch, and it was an iron gate on the outside of it, so she couldn't get through. So when I seen she put her car in drive to go hit my car again, I ran back to my car, and I'm on the phone with the police telling the lady, come on. They didn't do anything. They told me she wasn't there, so there was nothing they can do about it. Second incident was August 19, 2010. I was at a restaurant. And I was on the phone. It was me and my older sister of mine. And her boyfriend was on the side of my car. He was not at my window. He was at my passenger side window. And he was talking to my sister. He wasn't talking to me. Next thing I know, I hear tires screeching. I see lights. It's her ramming in front of his car. She jumps out of her car. She punches him, busts his window. They get to arguing. So I'm just laughing because I think it's funny because you're making a fool out of yourself. I pull off, the police come, I don't know why the police was there, but they pulled him over or whatever, and I'm pulling off. She's going north on the street, I'm going south. She reverses, backs up into an alley and proceeds north. She's following me. She's ramming the side of my car. She hit the side of my car where my driver door and my fender meets. She hit that. She's throwing things in my car, cursing, screaming, hollering. She followed me for about 8 blocks. I called the police that day. Again, they didn't do anything. August 22nd, 2010, I was at my mother's house. Her and my mother got into a heated argument, and she left out of her car. She left and she drove off in her car, and I come outside. Both of my side mirrors are shattered. My windshield is shattered. I have dents on the side of my car.
All right. Is that it? Can I allow her now?
It was so bad. To her son, every time I get her son and he comes to my car, he always say, did my mama do that? My mama did that. I remember when my mama bust your window. I remember my mama hurt your car.
Ma'am, she says that you rammed the back of her car, rammed the side of the car, bust the windshield.
First of all, let's just start by saying this. When she bought that car, she paid $400 for it.
It doesn't matter how much I paid for it. It was mine.
Just picture what type of condition that it's in.
That was a brand new car.
It wasn't brand new.
To me, yes, it
was.
Go ahead.
So, I hit the back of her car.
Why?
But I was mad. Number one, I had found out, well, at the time I didn't know I was pregnant. And my hormones are just like, everything is not balanced. But I had heard through hearsay that she's supposed to have been talking to him. And he was out of town at the time, so I tried calling him. I didn't get any answer. So the only thing that I knew best was to go to her. But when I approached her about it, she was just like brushing it off like it didn't matter to her.
And I'm like, you were supposed to ask me. We're twins. Why would you ask me? Why would I do something like that?
I don't know. That's
your
why
type is not even my type.
Okay, let her finish, man. So she blew it off.
Yeah, and
all
then
right. That's what I would do too if my brother asked me something like that. I said, man, please get out of here with that nonsense.
But
she wasn't the only person I had approached.
So
I approached everybody. And then after that,
you approached everybody.
Because
he must be a busy man. You need to get rid of him, baby.
No, it wasn't like
If you
that.
gotta go approach everybody about whether he slept with him, you with the wrong man.
No, it was like,
Go ahead.
I had approached my other family members because I thought that they had knowledge of them talking. So everybody denied it. I said, well, if I find out, it's going to be a world of trouble when somebody going to get
Well,
hurt.
on the day you asked her about it, did you ram the back of her car then?
No, I just threw the bottle, but it didn't cause
did
any
what?
damage. I threw the bottle.
Threw a bottle.
Yeah, that almost missed it. I mean, it missed, tapped the back of her car
Good
and
enough.
just went
Go
off.
to the next incident.
So the next incident, they was in a restaurant. I just so happened was riding past the restaurants and I seen the back of their cars and they would sit right next to each other. And I came in the parking lot. I didn't even say nothing to her at first. I didn't approach her at all. I went to him. So the first thing I did when I walked up to his car, I punched him. And he was fighting me, trying to get out the car. And every time he'll pull the door handle, I'll lock the door. He'll unlock him, I'll lock the door again. So I ran and jumped back in my car and he came storming after me. So I got back in my car. I rammed her car one time. That's when I threw something at his car. I cracked the windshield. The police pulled up and I left.
Get to the next time. Third time?
The third time we was in the house, we was arguing. I had just had a previous fight with my sister and she said it made some type of statement. That's why she gonna whoop you again. So I went outside and I grabbed my table leg out my car. I knocked her mirrors off. I admit that, and then I cracked her windshield, but I didn't cost $2,600
Why haven't you all had her arrested? She's gonna get killed.
They wouldn't arrest her.
Where you all live? What city?
The first two incidents.
What city do you live in?
Berwyn. The first two incidents happened in Chicago. Berwyn, Illinois.
I don't know. Why you looking at me like I'm supposed to know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. You are your city.
Okay, the first two incidents.
Like I'm supposed to know. My point is, some places they kill you for the way she's acting, and if it's a tough town, she's going to get killed if she acts like that with someone else.
Plaintiff Jasmin Hinton is suing her twin sister because she claims she threw a bottle at her car and smashed the windshield.
Let me have your car damage receipts or your estimates.
And I also have something that I think you might want to read.
What's that?
A Facebook status that she posted.
So my twin is taking me on the Judge Mathis show, and I'm scared. He is very mean and don't care what he says to people. Well, first of all, you are right. Let's start there. I'm very mean when people come in and disrespect me. I get mean, like most judges do. Secondly, I've never heard of anyone who goes to court that says, "Oh, that judge was so nice." He ordered me to pay hundreds of dollars. And in this case, you're admitting that you were guilty. Therefore, you knew that you weren't going to like the judgment. And you're right. Anybody that doesn't like the judgment, that judge was mean. He ruled against me. And so today, I'm mean because I'm ruling against you. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,603.
I'm so not jealous of you and your relationships. That's not true.
We're twins. I love her.
Come on, Belle.
I love her.